Hello there. My name is Jackson Nash, and today I'm going to be sharing my brand analysis on the LeConte Hall. I think that's how you pronounce it. The LeConte Hall is, if you're not familiar, it is the University of Georgia's history department, and it gets its name from a Mr. Joseph LeConte, who was a very well-known physician, geologist, and professor in the 19th century. He was actually prominently known for being somewhat of a scientific extraordinaire, if you will, for his generation. Later in his life, he became one of the faculty members, the founding faculty members for the University of California in Berkeley, which is where he gained most of the fame and for his success in being a professor in geology and physiology. And that was in 1869. So when he passed away, the University of Georgia saw it fit to named their university history department after him, and they called it LeConte Hall. The University of California in Berkeley also named their physics department after him. They called it LeConte Hall also. So why is this controversial? Well, when Louis LeConte passed away, Joseph and John's father, he left them the sole beneficiaries of a 3,354-acre rice and cotton plantation consisting of approximately 200 working slaves. So for many years he was a slave owner. Not only that, but he was a self-renowned scientific white supremacist, meaning it was his true belief that the Negro race was inherently and genetically inferior to the white race. Of the approximately 200 publications he produced, in 1892 he published one called The Race Problem in the South, which strongly advocated the disenfranchisement of African Americans and pushed for anti-miscegenation laws, ultimately promoting the illegalization of interracial marriages in the United States. In his book, he said, "The sudden enfranchisement of the Negro is the greatest political crime ever perpetrated by the people." He goes on to say, "The South is solid for self-government by the white race as being the self-governing race and as a whole the only self-governing race." A campus-wide survey at the University of California in Berkeley showed that 87% of 634 respondents were in favor of changing the name from LeConte Hall off of their physics department. And after observing the public comments in the forum, people were outraged that it had not been changed already. At least the majority of them were. Not even half a month ago, the University of California in Berkeley had finally, after 100 years, removed the name LeConte Hall off of their physics department and replaced it with simply North Physics and South Physics. We're not necessarily in the clear as far as fighting away the systematic racism in our communities, at least not yet. I think even if it's a small step in the right direction, my best recommendation would be to change the name from LeConte Hall to a more appropriate, less controversial historical representative of the history department at the University of Georgia. I believe that would be the most productive way to go about it, even if it's in the sense that we don't appear to be commemorating any racist viewpoints from late historical figures. Thank you. Sorry I went too long.